Good girl. Oh my goodness. There's Shanzy. So yesterday, we got hit by Hurricane Isaias. And it did a little bit of damage. The garden is more or less okay. And the house, I think, is untouched. But that's not to say there wasn't any damage. So to try to avoid losing any kind of crops, I avoided planting some of the smaller plants that I had ready to go. And so they're just sitting up in my room, needing to be planted. And also the tomatoes took a bit of a beating. Now, I already propped them up. I need to go through and do some pruning, but there was some damage. Early on, I took some cuttings and I just placed them in water to try and see if I can't replant them. So I need to get those in the ground for real now. I've been trying to figure out where to plant more tomatoes. I really like growing tomatoes, but I haven't gotten the chance to build up new grow beds yet, and I'm thinking of just chopping all this down. Some of his perennial flowers, I don't really care about them that much. I'm thinking of just chopping this down, adding a layer of topsoil, planting a whole bunch of tomatoes here for this year, and then mulching over it. So I've got my work cut out for me today. I have to start that tomato bed. I have to take care of that fallen willow tree and start getting that cut up. And I have to cut up that fallen sumac tree and get that ready for chipping. So what I've got here are some heirloom cherry tomatoes. I'm going to plant them kind of along the back row. And here I have some cuttings of I think these are Better Boys. I'm going to plant them along this front row. And my idea is that these guys will give some shade and protection from, like, we're starting to get stink bugs, which just wreck these guys. And so my plan is that these guys will start making fruits that I don't necessarily need, and the stink bugs and rabbits and squirrels will eat them, and these guys will allow to grow to full maturity. I'm going to throw around some of this superfood microgreen mix, which has broccoli, purple colibri, radish, collard, and turnip, and throw that down along with some hot peppers. And the idea is these are what I really want. I want these to grow, and I'm going to collect them specifically. These guys can grow. They're basically bait for insects, but if they do well, then I can eat those too. These guys are going to break up the soil, improve the soil, and prevent weeds from growing, along with the hot peppers as well. And the hot peppers, I believe, will repel some bugs. But so if these guys grow up nice and big, then that's great. They've done their job. And if they die, they're not the goal. If they get big enough to harvest, great. But I'm more interested in making it available for this guys. I don't have a scythe. I haven't had the chance to make myself one yet. So I'm just going to use this kitchen knife I've made and do my best cutting down the weeds that way. Alright, and that's it. We got all the tomatoes planted and the soil done, and it's mulched, and now all that's left to do is water it in and then wait and see. We just had the lawnmowers come in, and they kind of took out my tomatoes a bit. It's a shame. This was on the ground. I just twisted this little wire to hold it up. I'm probably gonna have to pull those early. What a bummer. Alright, well, we got the tomatoes done for the day over here. I bought some compost manure, and I'm going to mix that in with my existing compost, which is way too much dry cedar bits. I'm gonna just flip it and mix it over to here, layering in bits of the compost manure. And then I'm gonna try and tackle that willow tree because, well, it looks nice over there. Doesn't look so nice over there. Lately, I can't tell if it's gonna rain or not, so we'll get that done. The weeds in the little garden area can wait. Alright, well, that storm's starting to roll in. Creed's getting a little bit worried, ain't you, boy? He's a scaredy cat. So, not bad. But I think I'm gonna have to call it that for the day, at least until that storm passes over. So thanks for coming along with me today. I'm doing this to hopefully one day be able to support myself and have an off-grid homestead or farmstead. I'm not really sure, but I want to get my feet wet and get into it now. So if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up. If you're interested in following along with what I'm doing to see my progress and what I end up doing with this, or for any reason, please consider subscribing. And thanks for watching.
And I kill it! And I kill it!
Don't leave him alone.